A steel door is before you. Faint oxidation halos bloom across it, like algae on a sunken wreck. It's locked. Still locked, somewhat inevitably. Try one of the many doors that are not locked, or the open-air black market, which happily doesn't feature doors at all. You step back from the door. You stand before the still. You step back from. A filthy flyer glued to the wall. A row of bespectacled men stare into the middle distance, while in their midst a lone figure looks towards the viewer. A man with a brown paper bag on his head. Above him in bold letters, the reality situation. Yellow text in black and white. Tune in, everyday coverage, and in all caps, they did it again. You know, them. The ones who shift the tectonic plates, fake the seasons, pollinate the sky when no one's looking. They released yet another decoy moon right under your nose. The world is an abjectly insane place. His stare seems to say, "So you think." He promises myriad truths. Great, terrible, the undoing of all you know. Hold on. You know what could use a little more reality? That big blank wall next to your bed. It's been adhered to the wall with blue reusable adhesive. Sticky, easy for quick installation and removal. You're able to get it down and rolled up without any difficulty. A dusty and disused storefront, closed with a metal shutter. Above, a faded sign names the building, the Animal Zone. You lift the shutter gently. It resists, locked. Around you, scattered pairs of eyes watch as you jiggle the shutter. Too many people around for a break-in. Come back at night, or find another entrance. Carl was here. M+Y, heart. Unstoppable trade forever. Marito is a dog rapist. You turn away from the storefront. The Guardia Municipal officer is intensely scratching at his neck. As you approach, he wipes his hand on his trouser leg.
Hola, miss. Hope there's a reason you've stopped an officer while he's on duty. No better place for that. Officer Marito, agente coordinador for the Guardia Municipal. Do you need help with anything? I can tell you Petra the music vendor's a major asshole. I asked him about an old Blood Golem disc, and he told me he'd rather tie polystyrene blocks to his feet and jump in the canal than look for it.
Doesn't make sense. Why not go for something that sinks?
I told him as much. He said that was the point. His demise should be slow, so that I'd hear him scream for hours. I don't get why he brings up all this violent stuff all the time. If he ever goes through with it, there won't be any shock value. It'll just be sad. Blood Golem is a band. Blood Golem heals all wounds. It's the sound that raised us from shit-crusted upright apes into humans. Primal, filthy, slow, all ending. Like an army of giants growling underwater while smashing cliffs together. As a matter of fact, too powerful for most portofierans. It's like nobody cares about our own music anymore. Or art, really. The kid's still showing that photograph to anyone walking by, is she? He is missing. She tell you about the whole payphone thing too? The one her dad was obsessed with. It's nonsense, if you ask Marita. Marita really feels for the kid, you know? Fucking Eno. Filling her head with his shit. Can't. Payphones belong to Renotel. It's private business. The Guardia Municipal doesn't have jurisdiction to look into that. Hey, I'd look into this in a heartbeat if I could. But Marito is not one to run afoul of the law. The law's not perfect, but it's there.
Hard to argue with a non-existent point.
Not well, but I've known her a long time. Eno used to bring her here as a toddler. Yeah, Eno's gone. Him and his other fuck-up buddy Gilmar.
But not dead, he reckons, by the way his face curdles.
These two fancy themselves detectives. It's what happens when you have more time than sense on your hands. Figure these two just ran off, leaving the kid to deal with their mess. Not at the same time. That'd be too obvious. Eno reported Gilmer missing about a week before he disappeared.
That's a lot of skepticism around reported and disappeared.
Way I see it, they started planting the phone story weeks ahead of time as a cover. Planned the whole scheme. Got two theories. Debts is the obvious one, of course. Now, if it's not debts, then we're clearly looking at something more. Two men, yeah? Old friends, close friends, detecting together. Whoa there. No need to get explicit. I don't need the image in my head. Sure. Don't need to dwell on this sad mess. We've had instances of theft around the docks recently. All the crates were ripped open in strange ways. Anything and everything. Seems like the work of kids, if you ask me. Must be trying to scare people too, as weird noises have been heard at night. Screaming and howling. Apart from that, it's quiet. Just how I like it. Believe me, I do plenty. Just by standing here, even. No better deterrent against crime. Really, the hardest part's keeping people away from the boars. That's the big one. You're lucky then. We've been dealing with an infestation for weeks. Back ways are full of them. It used to be a seasonal problem. Every autumn, some adults would come down bold and hungry. But lately, it's more of a permanent residency. At best, they're a nuisance. The little ones are fine, but the adults could take off a kneecap if you're not careful. And then there's the really big one, the mother.
The way he intones the word mother suggests a primitive monotheist before an image of a graven god.
Massive. Furs all matted, covered in scars, territorial too. Preys on drunks, stumbling back from Party Alley. Tusks, claws, knives, bullets. Take your pick. Every few years some brave moron tries to take her down, but she stands undefeated. You got a weird glint in your eyes. Let's not do anything stupid, all right? You back away, slowly. If you get a whiff of it charging, find something to climb if you can. And then, come find me. How bad does it look?
Scaly reliefs and cracked plates, like some diseased armor.
It feels noticeable. Might be the topical boar repellent I've been using. Instructions said to apply generously. An error was hoping it'd help.
As you step away, the GM returns to scratching his inflamed skin. This is the one. The payphone that makes people disappear. There's only one way to find out. You hear only the reverberation of your own voice, amplified by the phone. Still half hoping for something to happen, you put the receiver down. Nothing happens. You hang up the phone, undisappeared.
A monolith of gleaming beverages, encased in glass and light. Strange patterns and vivid colours abound. One catches your eye in particular. A striking red and black can marked Heifer Red and Black Special Edition. Automated, unfeeling commerce stares back at you. It is no coincidence that the contraption before you mirrors the proportions of a coffin. The machine doesn't care about your financial situation. Either it receives your money, or you do not exist. You may find it impossible to forget Heifer Red and Black Blend Special Edition. Heifer Red and Black Special Editions align. You may find the one personal touch in the otherwise sterile, blank clinic. The wall has been decorated with photographs, documents, evidence of Dr. Hugo's existence. Lights glint off the glass as you read what's under them. Multiple medical school degrees and a city of Portofino license to practice. Issued. The document has to be displayed by law. Operating an unlicensed clinic inside the city limits is strictly prohibited. The license is real, but it's out of date. There's a faded stamp half hidden behind the frame. The renewal date reads Octos 91. Perhaps something to confront the good doctor about. A collage of someone else's life begins to take form in front of you. Moments caught, suffocated, pinned under glass. A formal photo, class of 71. Hugo buried somewhere amongst rows of other fresh-faced new doctors. Then a newsprint clipping. Hugo receiving an award on stage. Hugo and a handsome bearded man, both grinning, their arms around each other's shoulders. The gallery continues.
Hugo asleep on a pile of medical textbooks, drooling. Hugo adjusting some sort of massive medical apparatus. Hugo at patients' bedsides. The professional photos outnumber the personal 3-to-1. That should tell you all you need to know. There are many pictures of a much younger Hugo and a woman with a heart-shaped face. At his medical school graduation, at a fancy dinner, both of them grinning on a broad walk somewhere, her in a white pantsuit and Hugo in a charcoal robe. A simulation of company, carefully arranged on the walls to keep him surrounded through the long days.
Welcome to the clinic. My name is Dr. Hugo. How can I help you?
The man takes a measured sip of water from a clay cup as he eyes you carefully. Behind him, shelves heaving with medical textbooks.
Yes, it's different, isn't it? I find that it is much easier to connect with my patients than it was at my old practice in Sunset.
The heavy floorboards are spotted with motor oil and boot prints.
Yes, well, it suits my purposes well enough.
The floorboards groan. The hole scrapes the side of the canal.
Family medicine.
The sort of serene, approachable expression that is considered key to good bedside manner.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
You can just make out the sounds of old men talking, though the words are indistinct.
Broken legs, heat stroke, parasites, ringworm, distemper. I'm somewhat of a generalist.
Distemper is not a human disease.
Of course I'm a real doctor. What a ludicrous question.
He did not directly answer your question. A real human doctor would have a real human medical license. You should give his a look if you get the chance.
Of course. Yes. Of course. Of course. What can I help you with? Catatonia is an incredibly general symptom. It could be caused by anything from overdose to meningitis to a stroke. I'd need to see the patient to venture a guess. By all means. Without a prescription. I suppose I could sell you some melatonin tablets. Again? Yes? Then why are you here and not at the hospital?
He angles his head slightly as he looks at you impassively.
Someone would be reckless enough to diagnose a patient in absentia. I don't recommend such a doctor at all. All right, Party Alley. There's a clinic there, run by one, Gonzalo Gonza. He might be willing to help. Frankly, you two may even get along. I suppose audio could trigger some sort of neurological event, but they are exceedingly rare. More than likely, it's a coincidence. He may have sat down, put on his headphones, and then had a massive cardiac event. Substance use is also rampant in musical subcultures, I've been told. No, it would all be guesswork, which is unwise, medically or ethically. Someone would be reckless enough to diagnose a patient in a... I hope the patient in question recovers.
He gives you a brief nod, and nothing else. A nod declaiming any and all liabilities for whatever befalls you there.
Until next time.
A ladder reaches towards the upper floor, creaking as the boat rocks gently.
Excuse me, the upstairs room is private. Telling you would undermine the point of it being private. Now, please. I will leave here. Please, just stop.
The sour scent of urine surrounds the vending machine. Luckily, the beverages inside look fresh. The piss smell waves goodbye to your nostrils. A slanted aluminium box is bolted into the pylon's spine. The word Renotel is etched into the metal. A familiar dolphin grins at you. Cold and hard, but the playful smile remains. Inside, a slab of beige plastic, an old terminal. Behind a clouded sheet of polyglass, the screen remains black. No buttons on the outer housing that you can see. No glowing standby light. Your fingers find a steel drawer. It slides out with a creak, revealing a keyboard designed for gloves, each key a chunky slab. A low wavering whine. Behind glass, the cathode ray tube flickers once, twice, then flashes white. System waking. Please wait. Mem check 00016 KB. OK ports. COM1, COM2, AUX, trunk. Diagnostic mode enabled. Welcome to Renotel Control version 1.2. Copyright 87 Renotel. Enter command. Available commands: 1. Line diag. 2. Trunkmon. 3. Network. Based on the available options, this is a maintenance terminal. You might be able to get information on the Renotel network from here. The screen flickers, awaiting your input. Line diagnostic mode. Enter landline identifier to proceed. Line ID. A random array of numbers line up in horizontal formation across the screen. The machine's internal speaker beeps sharply. The screen flickers, awaiting your input. You close the box. Bad news. The fax machine has not fixed itself. The holy innards of the facsimile machine reveal themselves to you like a sacrificial animal waiting to be interpreted. You're looking at a Sugar Hill Executive Series 2, a cursed model, plagued by numerous debilities, most commonly a chronically misaligned paper tray. From the machine bowels comes a pleasing chunk as the plastic tray slots back into its receiver. The paper belt purrs as life is restored.
Much better, thank you.
The small green light marks its status as ready. You turn away from the fax machine. You return to your double's limp body, breathing gently on his chair. He could be a sleeping child, but for the wide-open, lightless eyes. Your double is indifferent to the world. You return to the folded pants. As you turn away, a stray thought passes. The bed welcomes you for a soft slumber. The anticipation of a decent rest pulls you towards the pillow. The stereo is right where you left it. You step away from the... You return to the desk. You turn away from...